Alright, I have no clue because I don't have... Okay. Bear with me, folks. I'm new at using... Okay, let's... Testing 2. I think I'm live again. Again, I am new at this with the phone. I don't have a setup for driving around in my car, so you're probably going to be sitting somewhere over there and you might see me, you might not. I don't know. Whatever. I'm also putting the chat on subscribe mode because some of you are really weird and I don't like that. I don't need weirdness in my chat. So if you're gonna be weird, keep it to yourself. I don't need your bull. And if I have to, I'll either get rid of the chat or make you really earn it. Anyway, let's focus on the good stuff. So that's because my key's in the thing. But this is the second stream of the day. I've already come here to the salon suites. Probably can't really see it because of the sun, but we currently have a little bakery place. There was a bakery place there before, but this one's different. Let's see, there's a vet here. There was like an Indian restaurant over there, but they went out of business, apparently. And there's also a driving school. And a weight loss clinic if you need that. But I apologize for the thing, because, you know, again, I'm new. Now, let's see. Okay, well, if I do that, y'all can kind of see me, right? But at the same time, you wouldn't be able to see what's going on out there. But whatever. We're going to go, first we're going to go across this parking lot to Lowe's because, as my landlord lady, Quinn, just told me a few minutes ago, the mirror that the other lady was using, she got it at Lowe's, according to, you know, the lady was on the phone with her. And we're going to go see what kind of mirrors they have at Lowe's, in case I want to use that mirror. I'm not necessarily going to buy it today, because I still don't know how I want to set it up. But the big win, there's already some shelves on the wall. So I've been worried about using shelves and putting nails and screws in the wall and trying to figure out everything I can think of to not do that, because I'm responsible for them when I leave several years from now. I have to pay or get that fixed or whatever, and I'd rather not think about it. I mean, I have already had this suite once and only was here 5 months. So I know what it's like to leave and be thankful that I did not do any major changes to that room other than put furniture in it. I didn't put any shelves on the wall. But anyway, you get to listen to my thingy go clap, 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 because, you know, it's fun. What, you have an older car? Yes, I have an older vehicle, and I'm still paying for it, you know. Okay, that's not going to come back down here. All right, so I got to go that way and then come back this way. I have never... I am pretty much a pull over and use my phone person. because I just, I would never make it. I'm too distracted as it is driving with all the tailgaters and everything. So holding my phone or trying to answer people's texts would be a problem for me. But so just up the hill. So I'm sorry that y'all don't get to see the dashboard and look and see where we're going, but that's okay. Because we're gonna go across this parking lot and go over to Lowe's. I'm driving through a parking lot of a Meijer store, which is like a big Walmart in the Midwest area. I'm in Michigan, currently Rochester Hills, Michigan. That's not where I live, but that is where I work. That is where my suite is located. This is the south part of Rochester Hills, where M59 or Hall Road, or, you know, depending on where you're coming from, Highland Road, where that's at, and it meets Rochester Road. And I gotta go through here. I gotta drive through the garden area. I've only done this like once or twice before, back when I was trying to get mounting brackets and stuff to figure out how to mount my mirror to my heart cabinet. If you've watched my other streams, my thumbnail for my other streams shows my heart cabinet and the way that it's got a mirror attached to it. Let's see. So I'm not going to go cuckoo with this. All right, I am just going to park over here maybe, or when I park my car, I try not to worry about getting the main aisle, because sometimes you can just go 2 aisles over and actually walk less. And if you're going into a store like Lowe's or Super Walmart, or, you know, you're going to be doing some walking anyway. So unless it's raining, folks, get some extra exercise, you know? Seriously. You know? All right. Did you know I'm a shy person? Yeah. True story. So first things first, I'm going to have some lovely bean juice. All right. So do that. Make sure I got my keys in my wallet, and I've got my phone in my hand for a change. So all right. Now, keep in mind, folks, I'm not used to doing this, so I may not be catching up with the chat right away. And after what somebody was doing in the other thing, you know, I am doing great. I mean, this better be the best day of my life so far. Because I have a shot at redemption. So yes, we are going to Lowe's. If I don't aim the phone directly in front of me, I'm one of these people who I don't want to, I'm trying not to get the public. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're at Lowe's. Yeah, see, we're at Lowe's. Yes, I am. I was born with a birth defect on my face. I got the cleft palate and the cleft lip. If you've ever seen an Operation Smile commercial, that's what I had. And I was very lucky. I had a doctor that he fixed me up for free when I was a baby. He told my parents, I make my money off of the old ladies. I'll take care of him for free. Unfortunately, he died in a plane crash in the 80s. I'm currently 50 years old, trying to start my career again. I work in a grocery store, and I also am trying to get back in, well, I'm now back in my salon suite. I've had my license, it will be 12 years in August that I've had my cosmetology license. But I also work in the grocery store to try to pay the bills, and after taking over the salon I was in, and one thing led to another, and I didn't get to keep it. And then last year, 2 years ago today, I signed the lease for this suite for the first time. And now I have signed it again for the second time on the same exact day. And once again, if I apologize if I don't say hi to everybody. First of all, if I've got my glasses on, I can barely read the chat. My eyes have gone all out of whack. But but I do appreciate y'all joining in, and especially if y'all are behaving like so far it looks like y'all are. So that's cool. I appreciate that. I don't even know what. Oh, I want to look at the mirrors. First of all, where's mirrors? I'm also somebody that doesn't necessarily ask for help right away, because as a creative person, I have this thing where it's like, I'll know it when I see it, even if I'm in that store for 4 hours. So I'm also the type of person that if they're supposed to have something here and I don't find it, I will drive to the next nearest location. I'll go to 5 different ones in one day if I have to. I mean, I'm in the Detroit area, so I kind of have that option. But yes, I can be impulsive like that. And I don't know how long the stream will go, but when I stream my games, I go like 12 hours. So, on days that I can. So there's already shelves in that room. I took pictures of them. I'm not, again, I'm on my phone, so that'll have to come later in another stream when I show the pictures of my room, or later on. She's waiting for the girl that was in the suite who's moving to another room to drop off the key. So once that happens, then I'll feel a little bit more comfortable going in there and hanging around. But I did briefly stop in there and get some pictures, first of all, for evidence, this is what it was like on this day before I moved in, so I don't get blamed for something if I ever have to leave. At least something that's not my fault. So last time around, when I was trying to mount my mirror, I ended up getting these things. These worked really good. Just, whatever size of these that I ended up getting, but because even though I didn't necessarily use these holes, I had the option of putting screws through these. Because I found a mirror at a thrift store, because I'm big into doing that kind of thing. And It was all, the frame was all like wood, and it was all yellow and, you know, dirty yellow. And I ended up painting it with my purple paint that I had left over. And so it matched my cabinet. And I still have that in my room at home. Now that's something I want. I want to hang some coat racks in my room, because not only will I need a coat rack, but I didn't have a place for people to put their coats last time, and I don't. If they bring somebody with them, then just setting them on the shampoo chair doesn't work. They'll be sitting in it. So anyway, yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm still doing it. Clearance area. Hey, let's start there. Shower head if I needed it. Thanks for joining in. And I'm going to be doing this for a while, so feel free to leave and come back. Anybody who wants to watch. What is? Oh, that's a candle holder, I believe. This is a candle. Now, I don't really have the option of hanging anything on my door. I mean, it would be just simple to put one of them little those little hook things that go on a door. But I'm not supposed to hang things on the door. So whatever I do, I have to do it inside the room. And my suite is 10.5 feet by 7.5 feet. And it's not very big, especially when I already have certain furniture and the chair that I have to have. Because you can't do hair without a chair. I mean, you could, but nobody's going to stand that long while you're foiling. Interesting. Pull paper towel holes. I think I had one of those last time. No, I didn't. I almost bought one, but I think I just had them sitting on the counter. Now, see, these kind of things are good for. That might be her telling me that she got the key. But like Shades EQ bottles and stuff, and small bottles, and I had one of those before, but I didn't have anything to put on it at the actual salon. I mean, those things always come in handy if you actually have a drawer. Of course, I usually just get the ones from the dollar store. Mirrors, countertops, cabinets. That's right. I feel like the Beavis and Butthead episode when Anderson's walking around the home improvement store looking for his Spanish tile. And it's on the top shelf somewhere. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, Tom Anderson. He was basically Hank Hill before Hank Hill existed. Rugs. Okay, it would help if I put my glasses on because I can't see far without my glasses on. So, looking up and down these aisles, then I can't read the chat. I need to I need to first get my eyes checked and then get bifocals or something because, yeah, it gets really annoying not being able to see one thing or the other. We're probably gonna go to like TJ Maxx or something. There's a couple of those kind of stores in this area that they usually have mats like this available. So I'm going to try not to end this stream by checking my text. If the stream ends, I will pick back up. All right? Because if I hit this button, I might be... Oh, wait. I can just... Never mind. All right. She did not... Okay. So as long as I remember that, I can pull the thing down from the top. I can see whether it's her texting me or not. That was an email, so we're still here. See, I have an old chair. If any of you seen my thumbnail for the other streams, I have a really old chair that, it's actually two parts of two different chairs. I went to, about 5 years ago, I drove to Benton Harbor, Michigan, which is like almost to Chicago, over on Lake Michigan. And I bought a chair for like $50 from Facebook Marketplace, and the chair was fine, but the blue base didn't work. The pump was like not working or whatever, and rather than trying to figure out how to fix that, I went back on the marketplace and looked to see if there was a similar chair that had that same kind of base, because it's a different kind of base than other salon chairs. It's more like a can. Like if you tip a metal or like a soup can upside down, it goes over like a bottle jack inside the base. So that's different than other ones where you've got a stem on the pump that screws into the chair on the bottom. So I got lucky, and within less than a week later, there was another chair with the same base in Lansing. So I drove to Lansing, which is the middle of the state. That's the capital. The chair part looked like crap. It was like grayish and looked like somebody had been smoking in it for years. But the base worked. So I had a working chair, and I still do. It's in my car, right? Heck, if I remember, I can show the chair later on. Okay, we are turning because, again, I'm trying not to record people. I don't want to do that. And I apologize if the phone is shaking or any of that, because again, I'm new at doing this, and I'm a big 300-pound guy, and well, the world's gonna shake. Enjoy the ride. Wish I had a use for these pink buckets. I sure as heck would get one. Those fancy pink buckets instead of them blue ones. Okay, I'm thinking I need to go back. I'm thinking if that would be near the bathroom stuff. Fashion bath. Yeah, probably somewhere over here. Oh, somebody trying to say something they shouldn't be saying. Well, if you got something to say that you shouldn't be saying, I'm not going to bother even looking. So, whatever it is, you might want to write it nicer if you didn't say anything bad. Because I don't have time to mess with the chat. I can look at it and talk to y'all, but I'm not fiddling around with the chat because I'm going to accidentally end the video, and we're not doing that. So, y'all just behave yourselves. You know? That last video, somebody said something about coating me in maple syrup, and as much as I like maple syrup, that's not appropriate. I don't offer those hair appointments. So I was thinking about, I already have had a thing like this before. I could put this on the cabinet, on the countertop of the sink, as long as this is not wider than 27 inches. But it could be. Okay, that's possible, because if this is 12 inches, and that should work. But I already bought that microwave holder shelf. I forgot to put it in my car because I was in a rush to. Well, she texted me this morning and changed the time, or offered 9 instead of the 10 a.m. we were gonna do. So it was already 8 o'clock. So I jumped up and got ready and went. Because it was either that or wait until 12:45, and well, who wants to wait till 12:45? Oh, look, that fancy tile stuff to put on the walls. Oh, gee, the music. Great, I'm going to get dinged for the music. I forgot about that. I don't usually have music playing during my streams, so. But I'm not a pay channel, so whatever. I do sing a lot during my streams, and it's always funny when they say, "Oh, you got copyright material because you were singing the Titanic theme," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not Celine. If you think I'm Celine, great. Can I have some of her money instead of having to give her some of mine?" Vanities. Okay, we're near the vanities, so I can only assume we'll find some mirrors in this area. And if not, oh well, we'll find them. I got all day to find them. Okay, that's sinks. We don't need the sinks. We don't need the faucets. I don't think I have need for a lawnmower. I think we're good on that. Do, 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 do. You know, you'd think this would be a lot easier to find. Well, okay, so they're vanities, but they're also bathroom vanities. Okay, why do I have the feeling that I'm going to have to ask somebody? And then I'm going to be very disappointed in myself. Because now we're getting over into the garden area, and I'm not going to find a mirror in the garden area. Or I shouldn't. Okay, we haven't gone down these other ones, so we'll try those. And thank you to the people who have left a like so far. On my channel, I don't usually don't ask for likes like that. If somebody likes something and you give me one, great. I'm just like, I'd rather earn it. I'd rather somebody like my channel because I like it, not because I asked. You know, keep it real. You know, you know, if I get to the amount of people it takes to have a pay channel or whatever, great. But I'm not gonna beg for it because I'm supposed to make my money hairdressing, and that's my goal. That's my goal. I want to do so much damn hairdressing. Forgive my language, but I want to do so much of it that I never have to work at a grocery store again. Because the grocery store hurts my feet. And I would rather stand on my mat all day doing something that matters to people other than just feeding them. And when you've done that for 10 years, not doing it for almost 2 years sucks. I've done a few house calls since then. I did one the other day, but I've got appointments booked right now for people that I've been, you know, once they sit in my chair, they will have been coming to me for 10 years. They don't want to go somewhere else. They want to come to me. And problem is, salons don't want me in their salons pretty much. They're just, either I have to rent a chair anyway, or they don't have time for me. So I'd rather rent a suite for less and do my own thing. And the one I've got here, everything is right next door to it pretty much. At this intersection, every fast food place except for Burger King is right here. And for all I know, there could be a Burger King here now because I haven't been here in like 2 years. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but maybe it's up front here. I'm not finding the mirror aisle, you know? Howard Jones. Lighting, ceiling fans. Yeah. Well, we have t-shirt, we have sweatshirts and shirts. Oh, look, mirrors. Mirrors. See? Mirrors. Oh, looks like they have the one she was using. $109, or one that was similar. And they got a gold one up there. I love that one. $90 for that. This one's nice too. I could decorate that one. You know, paint it and stuff. It's cheaper. Or just keep it even simpler. Hi, I'm in the mirror. See, look, see, I'm in the mirror. You mean he's really alive? He's not just a phone floating around? Yeah, exactly. Then there's that style. Now, the nice thing about this is right next door to the salon suite. I don't have to buy these mirrors right now. I can come back and get these. And I've got it on video here, so I know where I was at when I saw them. Bonus. Ooh. That's nice. See, it needs to be big enough to, because most of my clients have long hair. So when they stand up and I'm trying to ask them, you know, can you see where I trimmed it and whatnot, and they need to be able to see it. And depending on where I've got it mounted, they might not be able to see. Pretty much almost have to open my door and have them go out to the hallway where the thing is, where the mirror was mounted in that suite. That's pretty much what would have to happen. Now, is there anything else? All right, I'm going to view this fancy message. Hopefully this does not upset me. Well, what does it say? Well, let me see what it says. I don't want to say show it and then post it. All right. Well, I'm going to try this. I apologize if this somehow posts to the chat. All right. Well, anyway, I don't know if that did anything or not. Okay, how do I get the chat? You know, I'd like to be able to type something in chat. You know? Anyway, we're not buying that yet. So, but knowing that one is pretty much the same size as that one, it probably has the mounting stuff in a similar space. Of course, this is a nice one. This would be a good size. I mean, none of these are really small per se. I mean, even if I just got that one. But yeah. So I'm going to leave here. We're going to go get back in the car. And I think we'll head over to the next plaza up, because there's a Target there. There's a, I think there's still a TJ Maxx or something like that there. So we're going to go into one of them places. So yeah, let's go. I apologize for the sunshine and whatever, if it gets in the way. So I am streaming on a Moto Pure G phone, which was the cheapest phone to get at Metro by T-Mobile a couple years ago. And the fact that this thing is pretty much staying connected means you don't necessarily have to have the expensive phone or the expensive carrier to do your thing with a phone. Now maybe this cuts out, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not looking at the phone constantly because, hey, I want to do my stuff and not stare at my phone and bump into stuff, right? Why would I want to be? Y'all don't need a stream of me laying on the ground because I smashed my head into something. You wouldn't want that, would you? Well, some people would, but let's not and say we didn't, okay? And the reason I'm gonna just go that far for now is because I'm still right here by my suite. If she says, come get the key. All right, so y'all gonna be right there for now. You might be able to see me, you might not, but that's my phone holder. Take that window down. It is hot here in Michigan today. Okay, that might change the plans. Nope. That is also a email. So we are still on for our shopping. Okay. Book a car and drive. All right. Because you're going forward. Yes, I am. And I have had 2 car accidents in my life, so I am going to try my best to not be a distracted driver. And not speed. So again, if anybody is just joining us, it is 2 years since I signed my lease at my salon suite, at Rochester Salon Suites. Not my, just my salon suite is a chain, and I'm not there. But it's 2 years since I signed my lease. I only had the thing for 5 months. Today I signed it again. This time I'm planning on being a hell of a lot more in 5 months. I know I have money enough to keep it that long at the moment. So I've got to build my clientele back up by then to keep the thing. So that's my goal. All right. And being that this economy makes it hard for people to afford their hair or go to a salon, I've never been the expensive guy. So I could raise my prices and be like everybody else and find ways to not nickel and dime everybody. You know, I might have the same price as somebody else, but I won't add on extra charges like, okay, you're coming here for highlights and whatever and a cut. All right, I'm not charging you extra for the toner. You're not walking out the door without good hair. You know, you're gonna get the best that I can give you, and I'm not gonna nickel and dime you. You know, I know what I need. I'm my own boss. I'm collecting the money. And the thing is if I go to a salon and I'm being paid commission or whatever, then right away I have to charge their, you know, going by the salon prices, it's going to be like twice as much because the salon has to get the money and give me the money. They have to give me at least minimum wage. So it's minimum wage or the commission or whatever comes first. All right, I'm coming through here. I'm going to sneak in here. All right. Five Below, that might be a good one. This plaza has, okay, they got a Barnes & Noble, which I don't remember them having. They have Target. They have a Five Below, which I will probably be going in because I haven't been in one of those in a while. I'm pretty sure they still have a Dollar Tree here, a fairly good sized one. There's an Ulta. I did not get the Ulta job. I actually went and interviewed at one, but I'm kind of glad I didn't get that because I gotta wait for shoppers to come out the building, and they're kind of just meandering. DSW Shoes, Skechers, Pearl Vision, Nail Place, J. Crew. And this is literally just across the street from my my suite. Rally House sports stuff, you know, shirts and whatnot. Spencer's. Wow, I've never seen a Spencer's in a like a strip mall type place. It's always been in a mall. Old Navy. Okay, they're walking the sidewalk, but there's possibly somebody coming out. It's hard to see these doors because there's big pillars. And I'm not one of these that goes zooming through parking lots. First of all, I work at a grocery store, and I try not to say the H word too much, but I do hate people that drive like maniacs in parking lots. You know, parking lots are not freeways. You get in there, you hit your damn brake. And if that's you and you're in this chat, I'm talking to you. No one deserves to be ran over because you're driving like a maniac in a parking lot. You don't need to be in that much of a hurry. Ever. I don't care if it's the last day of the sale and you're, you know, 5 minutes before. I don't care if it's Christmas Eve. You do not. Okay, here's the Dollar Tree. Um, Dollar Tree is right near TJ Maxx, so I'm probably going to just park and go in both. I will come around. No, no, well, whatever. I'm driving like an idiot now. I'm on the wrong side of the lane. All right, I think I'm going to take that one right there. I'm going to wait for this person to get by. Oh. Okay, she's not going there. She's not passing me by. Okay, forgive me, I'm going to do something here in front of y'all, but it's like I said, it's really hot. Really hot. I sweat. You do? Yeah. I sweat the small stuff. I sweat the big stuff. Let's get some of these while we're at it. So you can listen to me without mints in my mouth, you know? Be like Weird Al or Nirvana, you know? The marbles in my mouth, you know. Y'all ready for this? Oh. Okay, so we got TJ Maxx. Now, if I go further up the road, unless something has changed, there's like I think there's a Burlington and a Marshall's Home Goods up that way. I went to them last time. So, you know, the thing with these stores is they don't all have the same thing, and they don't always have it because a lot of times it's like closeouts and stuff. We are walking in. Okay. All right, home decor. Yes, we need to have some home decor to decorate our salon suite, because that's where I live. It's like I was telling people, the salon suite has everything that I have at home, except for a bed and a shower. So, on the days that I do work at a grocery store, it's only a 12-minute drive to get to my suite. I just go right there, have my dinner there, whether I'm booked or not. You know, what do I don't like saying it like this because it's only been since February, but I do not have my 18-year-old dog to go home to anymore, so I do not have to let him out. I would love to have that still, but I don't. Oh, that's cool. That'd be cool if I had like the appointment calendar or something on there. You just pin any kind of thing to that, you know. Business cards, Yeah, I like that. What does this cost? Okay, let's see if I can pick this up. Oh, it's very lightweight. Hey, look at that. 17 bucks. Well, that ain't bad at all. For that price, I could decorate my whole suite with that thing. I like those. Those are cool. Last time around, had I wanted to put something on the wall, I wanted to get like a big door or window that had the divided frames and everything. And I wanted to like put a mirror in the middle and then like decorate each side like as if it were like a kitchen window. Like maybe have a flower box or something, or flower boxes but hold my products in them instead. I was gonna have my brother make that for me because he likes to do that kind of stuff. He was trying to do a side hustle with that. But that was like one of those, if I stay long enough to where I'm comfortable actually putting screws and nails in the wall, because you have to pay extra for that when you go to leave. And if you do have to leave, you still have to pay for like another month worth of staying. So, because that's what I had to do last time. Okay, those are cute. See, this is the kind of stuff I was looking at last time, trying to figure out how I was going to hold things. Something like this is cute. Because using a small... Hey, good morning, Jen. Well, I've signed the lease, and I'm now out and about waiting for the girl that was in there. She's got to bring the key back. So I'm just we're going store to store looking for ideas. I've never done this kind of live stream before. We've already gone to Lowe's, looked at, well, the mirror that she had, she told Quinn that she got it from Lowe's, so I went over there and walked around looking for it, and I finally found what could be it, and a few others. Let's see, the floor mats, that's what I need to look for. Because... Alright, floor mats. See, this is the kind of stuff that I got last time. That's nice. See, the thing is, like, if I get something like that, and I drop hair color and stuff on that, it won't look as bad because it'll kind of blend in. I am purposely trying to keep my phone angled downward, so if y'all can't see everything, I apologize. I'm doing it on purpose. Okay, we don't have as many of those this time. Oh yeah. I mean, I did live stream earlier, walking into the place and bumping into her. So that's also on earlier. It's in the archives now, as they say. Who? Me? I said it, and I count as they. See, like, this has the over the door thing, but I can't use that on my main door because I'm not allowed to. because for starters, technically, that would the back side of that would hang into the hallway, and I don't have use of the hallway to decorate and all that, so I'm not doing that. Let's see. You know, never discount the pet area. When I was in Salt Lake City, I was spending a week in Salt Lake City, and I had an old suitcase with like a plastic handle as my carry-on bag. It was like my grandfather's. And the handle broke because suddenly I was carrying, 2-liter bottle of Salt Lake water and other things, and well, that old plastic handle broke. But I was next door to a either PetSmart or Petco or whatever it was, and I went in there and I'm like, what can I use in here as a suitcase handle? Well, a dog collar worked pretty good. Yeah, I used to watch MacGyver when I was younger. The real MacGyver, not whatever that reboot was. Oh, like I say, it was only 5 minutes and it's there. So, I basically walked in there, did the thing to walk with her back to the room, and then we didn't watch me signing the papers because y'all don't need to see that. Y'all don't need to be seeing me sign papers because goofy people out there be trying to forge my signature on something, and we don't need that. Goofy people, you say? Ooh. Ooh, it's purple. Okay, so this is a stack of 2. Okay, you get 2 for $5.99. That's not bad. I mean, it is, but it's not. Yeah, so that's on the list. I could definitely do something with that. Oh, and there are shelves, as I showed in. Well, I took pictures of it, but we walked into my suite earlier when I was walking in, so I mentioned the fact that there's some shelves already on the wall, so I don't have to necessarily put new ones up. So I've already got some options. So I can focus a little less on what's going on them shelves. Of course, I'll probably have to ask if a chance whether or not she has those actually mounted to the wall with screws, or did she try to do the tape thing? Or I'm assuming she used screws though, because those are some very thick shelves. Oh, a cover. Yeah, I know, and but like I say, it's there. Anybody that wants to, I have no reason to delete that. That's like that's on this date in history type stuff. I'm not deleting that video. Even if I made that like hidden in private, it's still gonna be there for me. Because but the whole point of this, that's why we're doing this right now, is I'm done hiding. I am done hiding. So we're gonna go here, and well, we're here, but we'll walk over to Dollar Tree and see what kind of cheapy things they've got. Nice spice rack thingy. So a lot of people, like when they go to use their Shades EQ bottles, they'll either go to the art supply place and get a acrylic paint holder, or they'll do something like that. Oh, sorry. Well, that's something I could probably put underneath my my chair. It's $7, but of course there's those things. I've already got a couple, like a small pack of that kind of thing, because I was going to put it on my cabinet and stuff last time around. I might have actually done it. I mean, that was 2 years ago, so I don't remember, but because I didn't want to scratch up that floor. You know, you don't want to scratch up the floor, do you? If you have to pay extra. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get me for wow, Tupperware in a store. I kind of don't like that, but at the same time, because I had friends that did Tupperware, and it kind of killed me that I couldn't afford to buy anything from them and help them out. You know, it kind of killed me. It didn't completely kill me. No. What do you mean? Well, I'm not dead yet. Okay, well, that's an interesting thing. I might want one of them. These things here, these faucet thingies. Let's see, do they have kitchen scales here? I need to get myself a new kitchen scale thing for measuring out my hair color, because the one I've got is the little screen, the plastic or the glass in front of the digital numbers is all like scratched up and fogged up, so I can't I can barely read the numbers now. So I'm gonna have to get a new one of those. Because I measure. I don't do this, you know, squirt here, squirt there thing. I measure so I know I'm not overusing, and because I write everything down, I want to know what I did to somebody last time, so I'm measuring out the same amount again, or a similar ratio. Because that's a big thing when it comes to, like, if you got people with long hair, like I've always got. You know, you get 3 of the sections done and you got 1 section left and you run out of stuff. You need to be able to make up another batch and not use 2 ounces again. You know, so it's like, okay, this time we're going to do the 1/2 ounce and the 0.75 or the 7.5, or, you know, whatever the doubling is. That would be No, if you use half an ounce, you're going to use a whole ounce of the developer. No, because it's 1.5. It's 1.5. So if you're using 0.5, you're going to use 0.75. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Different hair colors have different ratios on them, and so you have to read the box. And a lot of times, for professional hair color, you don't know what the ratio is until after you buy it, because the directions are on the inside of the box. So that really sucks. It really does. That kind of thing really sucked early on when in my quote career, when I was still trying to walking through a store trying to figure out what I'm looking for and matching brands to brands, and the brands are always different. See, now this is something I was looking at, trying to take like one of these and tape it to the wall. I just don't want it. I want one that's kind of flat here. Otherwise, this is on an angle and the stuff will just spill out. Either that or I'd have to tape some sort of lip on the thing, but it won't stop the ones up on top from spilling out. Hey, look. Let's ask it some questions. Will I be successful? The answers are unknown. Do whatever they want. I believe. No, I was over on DeQuinder when I was in that store years ago and got my one coffee mug. It was the first coffee mug that I bought. It was the purple mug, and it said "Think happy, be happy," and then at the bottom of the cup inside, it had the purple smiley face. And I'm pretty sure I still have that cup. It's just probably in my little plastic drawer that's next to my bed. Yeah, as a renter, as a hairdresser who booth rents or rents a suite, unless you've got something in the lease with the salon owner, you provide everything. Your own color, your own, So yeah. And I've been doing that my entire career, so not counting the 3 months at Great Clips. Oddly enough, the first Great Clips I was at was over here in the Mire. I was there for about a month, and then they transferred me out to Commerce so I could get some better training. Because the people over here, well, one guy over here was not very nice to me, so they got me away from him, because given that they were having a hard time hiring people, they couldn't afford to fire him in the middle of the Christmas season. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's not what they said, but that's what I'm saying. And it was working out just fine, except I was doing 3 jobs at that time instead of just the 2, and, well, that was fine for, January and February, but once March comes around, my clients, they want their hair done again, and I can't have 2 corporate jobs telling me I can't have salon time. So, great clips went bye-bye. Not only that, but they weren't letting me go to the classes. So, there was no point in staying. Okay, we're going to walk over to Dollar Tree now, unless I see something that I want to look at. Once again, we are, I am trying not to, I am not here to film other people, so I keep my phone on an angle.
Cashier number 7, please.
Ooh, the clouds rolled down a little bit. Good, it might cool things down a little bit. So, I'm not going to. So, the next store over that way is a Sally Beauty. And the next light up that way on that side of the street is a Cosmoprof, which is one of the professional stores. So, should I need to go to Cosmoprof, it's right there. The only thing is whether or not they've got what I need in stock at that given time. But the point is, with this storage thing, I want to make sure I've got the stuff at all times and just need to restock. But you never know. I mean, it happens where I could have two people come together. They both have long, thick, massive amounts of hair and both want the same color. And I might only have 3 tubes, which is plenty for one person, but not for 2. So I need to get to the point where I have more than that. Gosh, it's been a few years since I've been in one of these.
Glad to have you back.
Yes. When was that?
How are you?
Okay, so they have, I'm always looking for things that are, you know, these fancy. Oh, yeah. Hey, I've been bullied my whole life. I know about, you know, crappy people. But as you can see, here I am, 50 years old, and just not caring anymore, right? Oh. You hear that, bullies? I don't care about you anymore. Because no matter what, any bullying that's happened to me, you have not stopped my successes. You just haven't. Okay, Hot Wheels cars. Yes. Ooh, Matchbox cars too. Such a wasted opportunity. I have, ever since I was a kid, I have always wanted to make, and the people who play The Sims and that can relate to this. I wanted to make play sets that were like real towns, like a real freeway on and off ramp with all the stuff next to it, the different gas stations. And I mean, that's what some kid out there wants. He doesn't want a car going into the shark mouth. Like when are you going in? If you're driving a car and going into a shark mouth, you ain't gonna be wanting to be in a car no more. But putting together, like a whole town, going from one freeway exit to another, setting up a little downtown area. I mean, they have them rugs that you can pretend on, but I never had one of those because they didn't have them yet. But same idea, like combine the train set stuff with the Hot Wheels stuff. I would have made a killing at that had I ever had money. I mean, if I ever had money, I could make a ton of money. I would have had a lot of ideas out there. Like, I don't need invent help. Forget Shark Tank. I would have just done whatever I needed to do. Because I'm not going on there and being like, well, have you made $1 million yet? No, if I made $1 million, I wouldn't be on here asking for your darn help. If I'm already making $1 million, I don't need your help. What kind of silliness is that? It brings me back to the Baby Boom movie. Spoiler alert, but they were trying to bring her back, and she's like, if I can grow it, I don't need your help. That's not the exact quote, but that's the gist of it. Food. Yeah. Oh, food is $1.50 now. For at least these things. Still cheaper than... A lot of these things are still cheaper than getting them at the grocery store. It's just different brands. But see, that's a nice thing about having this and Meijer right across the street and a fridge. And not some... I couldn't use the fridge at the salon. It was just a tiny fridge, and everybody always had it packed full. And here, we I could put stuff in that fridge. I mean, I literally work at a grocery store. I will definitely be getting some of this. If you do hair color, you keep that on hand. I almost paid it for it the other day because I didn't have that and I needed it. Thankfully, she was just itching and not burning. But it has to be sweet and low, or at least the store brand. If you use the other ones, it doesn't necessarily do. There's an ingredient in there that matters. I also put there's a stop the burn drops. I double dip. I put both that and the other stuff in there because I don't take any chances. Okay, that's a 6-pack, which means it's only 3. Pop-Tart's always trying to trick you. It's like, oh yeah, it's a 6-pack. It's an 8-pack. No, it's a 3-pack. You got 3 packs of 2. I will have to get myself a box of tissues, or for the suite. Paper towels, I will need some of those. Last time around, I just grabbed a roll from the house. We always got tons of them. But for what I'm doing, you know, wiping hair color off my hands and stuff like that, you know. A paper towel is just a paper towel if you're not trying to soak up a spill. You know, you're throwing it out anyway. Why pay extra? I mean, unless it completely falls apart while you're trying to wipe your hands with it or something. But, you know. These are too big for what I need. Ah, look. It's last time around when I had my sucker jar, that mason jar, and just put one of these like that. Put the suckers in through the holes so they stick up, and then put the extra suckers in the jar. The only problem was like during COVID, the thing was sitting there so long that the candy started melting and leaving a mess all over the place. I thought Suddenly Salad was a brand name. I could be mistaken.
Again, probably not. Yeah, I appreciate it though. Yeah.
You need me to move it.
No, it's not you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. Oh, that's what I need if they have it. They do. All right, so I will have to get one of those. I need string for my glasses because if I'm going to keep taking them on and off, because I can't read with them on, we'll need to be able to stop putting them up here. You know, see right now, I'm doing that. That ain't safe. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but they're on my head. I'll kick the snot out of this. Yeah, we are. We're going to kick the snot out of it. Out of what? The rest of my life. Oh, it's peel and stick wallpaper. I could always put, well, if they had more than one of them, I could put that on my countertop, my Purple Heart cabinet countertop. But there's only one. It's not to say that they don't have the same one at another one. Yeah, especially now because it just my eyes are getting to the point where they're like completely half and half. I just don't want to go. The last thing I need right now is to go to an eye doctor and find out something else. You know, going and getting glasses and bifocals, that's one thing, but I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to go blind either, but well, as I live and breathe, I do declare. These type of things come in handy for my drawers. I got the 3-door like Sterlite organizer thing. I got the bigger one, you know, the bigger one. You can't see my hand gestures because you're looking that way, but I put these and the ones that are a little wider. I'm not necessarily seeing them today, but that's what I put in my drawers to put my combs and brushes in there. You know, my tint brushes and my highlighting stuff, and so I keep it all separate. They fit in there. There's not very many things that will squeeze into those drawers, and that sounds weird, but I'm talking about plastic drawers, not a different kind. Are you telling us to not go there? Yes, I'm telling you to not go there. Okay, do they have... That's Cascade. $5 for a small bottle of Tide. I'm not quite ready to buy. See, like, I need to make sure my towels are washed properly. So I don't want to necessarily use a brand I've never heard of, because they need to be clean. You know, hair color ain't no joke. But last time around, I just happened to be at Ollie's, and they had like a blowout of all the Tide brands and Gain, and like pretty much P&G spilled over into Ollie's, and they had all kinds of stuff. And I ended up just getting a little, you know, baggie like that of Tide Pods, but it was like really cheap, or at least cheap to me. I'm not usually one buying laundry detergent for the house, but I only use like 3 of them to begin with, so I don't need a ton right away. You know, I plan to use a ton. I mean, that's the goal. You know, let's write that in the log, the mental log. I want to have to buy more Tide Pods, or pods in general. That's one way of knowing that I'm doing well. If I have to buy another can of bleach, if I have to buy more Tide Pods, because every time you do that, that means you're doing okay. If I have to buy more Olaplex, that means I'm doing okay. Hey, Freebird. Welcome to the creative process. Okay. I will be careful with this because I am not going to have... Well, first of all, this is new to me doing this period, but I'm not going to... I'm trying not to film other people, and I'm definitely not wanting to film these shorter ones. if you know what I mean. Hand sanitizer. State board. I took a bottle that might have even been bigger than this, but I had at least that much in the bottle when I went to state board. And at the end of it, for the last thing, I was pushing on this pump trying to get more out of it. That's how much I used at state board. I must have used enough because I passed. And then it was at least like a half hour before I stopped at a McDonald's, and yeah, bathroom soap doesn't quite get that all out of your. Okay, that's not her. That's T-Mobile giving me an advertisement. So let's clear that. And that's fine. Everybody do whatever you want to do. We're not going to stop you. There's a nice purple clip. Last time when I was in the salon, I bought a couple of these, and I was like trying to use a Sharpie to turn them purple. And I was going to like decorate a mirror with them, like a hand mirror type thing. I didn't quite figure out what I was going to do. I was going to do like a whole like collage with mirrors and scissors and things. But I just wanted to mention that my suite, unless she takes them out of there, does have some shelves still screwed to the wall. So I have the option of just using those if she leaves them in there. I'm just waiting on her to come back and leave the key. Oh my gosh, is this for trimming? No, although you could possibly trim with that. Pinch the hair in between there. Because I think they had those way back when, and I haven't seen those in ages. You know, I got lucky one time. There's these things called spin pins or like corkscrew pins for holding up if you put your hair in a bun. And I got lucky one time because I went into an actual Dollar Tree and they had Goody brand. You know, not some cheap brand, but they had actual Goody brand for only $1. And I actually wore those when I was going to school. Because every day I was doing something different. You know, if anybody has seen my journal, you will know that I did something different every day almost. And if you've got long hair and you're trying to put them up, look up, if we don't have them at your local store, you can find them on Amazon. That's where I bought them last time. But, you know, look like spin pins or corkscrew pins, or it just basically looks like a pin that's been bent over and it's just corkscrewed, you know, like a DNA looking thing. You know, it's like two pins that's bent in a corkscrew pattern. And the way you do it is you put them in your hair, you screw them in, and you want to form like an X with them. So you use one and then you go the other way with the other one, and it will hold the heck out of your hair. It will. So. Of course, these days everybody's just using them giant You know, I see them every day at the like a grocery store. They got them really big claw clips that everybody's buying and using. It's like, forget the messy bun, we're just clipping it. Well, not everybody, because I'm not doing that. Oh, good. Yeah. Wait, this isn't Hallmark. No, it isn't. Heck, I could just do streams doing this. Oh, that's just a nice one. When my boss was retiring from the meat department, I got him a get well soon card. Cause like, hey, you can be. I used a I last time around I bought 2 garbage cans from Target with the swing top lid. One was for my towels and one was for the garbage, because I need one to put all the foils in as I'm taking them out, and then the other one, a smaller one, was for my towels, because I got laundry right there, so I don't have to worry about having a really big one for taking home. Alrighty, that's I will not stop you from grabbing coffee. Go ahead and grab some. Well, good news is the coffee thing is where it's still at, and she did not move that. The little coffee bar in the hallway. So if anybody watches that little 5-minute video from earlier, they will see that. It was really weird though, because she was talking about like a fire department coming in to inspect the place, and they were doing that last time, 2 years ago. So it's like she got to have like the hallway cleared and everything, because, you know, I think she had put the benches in a room to keep them out of the hallway so that they wouldn't have an issue with that. Oddly enough, it's probably the room that she turned into her little office. Because today she had oh, these are peg hooks. Let's see, how much is an inch? Well, it is more than my 2 fat fingers, so I cannot use those for trimming somebody's hair. Because my fingers are more than a 1/2 inch. You know, a lot of hairdressers will be like, you know, okay, that's my inch, but that's not an inch, that's 1.5 inches. Well, the nice thing about it is she's got a little mini fridge with the water bottles. You can always just make water with a Keurig, and she's got like tea bags and stuff right there. I'm pretty sure she does. You know, but she's, you know, there's always something different there. You know, it's not always the same coffee. It's not always the same. If she's got like little candy, like, you know, on the top shelf, she'll have different kinds of candies and stuff in a little candy jar. Last time around, she had a mix of candy. There was like York peppermint patties and stuff in there. So while somebody was processing, I'd grab one of those and get my coffee warmed up. Let's see. So it's 800. It's 230 a week this time, not 215. So that is a additional $60. So that's $920. No, yeah, $920. But that's still less than that one salon wanted, where none of my clients wanted to go. I mean, they wouldn't travel that far. They would have gladly went, but okay, what is that? That is an email. One nice thing about doing this is I come in here and cool off and then go somewhere else. I might just walk down to Target. I don't know how my phone battery's doing though. That's the thing, I can't see my battery on. Okay, we are about halfway on the phone battery. And I don't have a charger with me, so. Because instead of being 10 a.m., it turned into 9 a.m., so I got up and got out the door. So I did not pack bags and things like that this morning. All right, so since that's the case, I think I'm going to just walk down to Target. Or, you know what, I'm going to skip Target. I'm just looking around for now. Yeah, idea gathering. No, that's too flimsy. All right, so I think we're going to drive down to like Marshalls and Home Goods now. But yeah, it's once again, so we got TJ Maxx over that way and Sally. There used to be a Best Buy that was going to become one of them Amazon grocery stores, but that never happened. We got Target in the distance. Oh, Five Below. Five Below. I'm going to go to Five Below. Let's walk over there. Yeah. I could use the exercise. Come with me to Five Below. It is more like Five Below 100 right now instead of below 0. Yeah, I mean, this is literally, you know, behind this plaza is the road where my suite is at. And it's just like right over there. And there's a Harbor Freight behind here that used to be an Office Depot or Max or whatever. There's a Kohl's over here. The Target's over there. Five Below, the Dollar Store, TJ Maxx. Meijer is the other side there next to my suite. Lowe's is over there. Other stuff is further up the road behind me. You know, so people have a lot of options if they come over to my suite and don't, you know, come get something done and then go somewhere else. Yeah, it's, well, there's a little breeze right now, but it's a humid breeze. So, you know, it beats being cold, I'll tell you what, that much. I don't want it to be a winter breeze. But, Oh, and Ulta that I don't work at. It's not the location I applied at, but you know, this would have been close to home. I mean, I've got at least 3 Ultas near home that I could have transferred to, but yeah, that's the dangerous part there, is having my glasses on my head and I can't tell that I've got them up there. I was like, okay, I did bring my glasses, right? Yep, they're still on my head. Well, one nice thing, like when walking through a plaza like this, especially, well, it's nice at the moment, but at my grocery store when I'm trying to walk towards the door, it is like a wind tunnel when that's cold air, and that'll bite your face bad. But it hasn't killed me yet, you know. I haven't died from cold air yet. And I do work in the meat department, so you know I got to spend time in the coolers and going in the freezer. And this is another thing that I need to learn how to do that I used to do. Walk these darn plazas, and it's like I've been making it a point when I'm talking to these stores to talk about all this, you know, doing hair and blah, 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 in case somebody's overhearing me and wants to ask me, oh, you do hair? Because it is very hard for me to just approach people and try to solicit them in any way. You know, I don't feel right doing it. But it's something that I might have to do. That's something I wanted to do last time, but by the time I had time for it, it was already getting cold. And I'm like, great, now I got to start wearing a coat. I can't just walk with a shirt that says something. You know, I mean, I'm wearing this shirt, but this shirt has never gotten me anything because they can't read what the logo actually says. So I want to try to at least get something where the logo is nice and white, like the one that I've got, the white logo for the new thing. Not necessarily a t-shirt, but and then get a coat that does the same thing. All right, well, we're almost here. Okay, so that means I will have to walk back too, and that'll be more exercise. Yep. That will be more exercise. Hey, purple noodles. Okay, I've never been in this flat below. They're probably starting to get, all these stores are going to be starting to do back to school stuff very soon. For one thing, August doesn't have a holiday. Those are nice. It's laying down. Alright. Okay, I need to get out of this area because this is toys and things. It's like that's a nice little mirror up there, but it's too small. Because the fact, like I was mentioning earlier, the fact that people have long hair, they need to be able to see the back of their hair when they stand up, or even while they're still in the chair. So that's why I have such a big mirror that I used last time, because I'm conscious of that fact. And if I were to put the mirror in the same place where she had hers, that means they might have to go out in the hallway to look back at the mirror. And I'm not really digging that part of it. Look, it's Archie Mirror. Now the nice thing is with them screws left in the wall, if I don't put the mirror there, I could always put like a coat rack or something on those screws. Yeah, that mat was nice. So I was like, oh, it comes with a coaster too. And oh, it's over the door. If it weren't for the fact that I need them to be able to see the mirror, I'd be like, oh, I could hang that on my mirror. Yeah, let's get a jump rope for my clients. All right, you're processing. Do some jump rope. Oh wow. Wow. That's heavy. That was the problem I had last time with looking at the mirrors and stuff at home. It's like they're all heavy. If you don't get the there was only like one mirror that was not heavy. And just why do they have to be so heavy? You know? You know, you could always get a charger or something while you're here. Oh, that's cool. That might come in handy for the only reason I wouldn't, if I were to put one of those in the wall, it would have to be the one that I'm not plugging my blow dryer into. because blow dryer cords get really, really hot when they're plugged into the wall. Well, I can do anything I want. As well, last time around, I always had my laptop with me. So when certain people were in there, I had like my YouTube stream going with the playlist. And just play one of those. As far as like overhearing stuff in the other suites and whatnot, you can kind of overhear it. So just kind of try for the most part to keep it down. It's like you might hear that music's playing, but not drowning them out, type thing. Because everybody who's in a suite deserves their time and to be able to hear themselves talk. So I mean, it is still possible to hear, that conversation is happening. You just don't necessarily hear what's being said unless it's quiet in your room. But I had, I would just put my headphones on when I was there alone and doing my own stuff. Yeah. Well, I the one that I had as my first client last time, she booked me last night. I believe for the 9th. So like a moment, that's my first client. I've got, I currently have 4 people booked. Working on a 5th that, one that, she just got her summer highlights, but she colors her roots every 4 weeks, so. And apparently I did have her, visit me a couple of times at the salon, right before I had to close, so, yeah. Somebody that comes every 4 weeks, yes, please. It's real easy to pre-book those. It's like, what week are you coming? At the very least, you're coming that week. Come high water or higher water. See, this is why years ago when I was trying to make my witch's outfit for work, I was in Party City for 4 hours. Because they would come up to me and be like, you need help? I'm like, I'll know it when I see it. I'll know it when I see it. There's nothing they can help me with until that happens. See, now if I was going to use that cardboard box, I'd do like I did last time and put some fancy paper on it. Yeah. Well, I've had clients sitting in the chair where they'll put, I've watched episodes of Grey's Anatomy that I'd never watched before, and, because I didn't watch that show, but they'd have it playing, and then another one was watching some show where the twin girls or whatever are secretly mermaids. Yes, definitely, all that good stuff. The odd thing now is most of the, quote, kiddos that were in my chair are now graduating high school. A lot of them have kids of their own now. It's different, you know. It hits different when you realize that, you know, the blessings that you had back then could turn into similar but different blessings. You know, the next generation type thing. And also anybody who's new. You know. Oh, Smarties, you saved my life. You know, if you're somebody who gets dizzy once in a while, never hurts to have some of those on hand. Does anybody have whatchamacallit anymore? It's like the last time I had a whatchamacallit was when I was up the road here in downtown Rochester, and I stopped. Oh, $3, but hey, they have them. That used to, when I was like 3 years old, that was my candy bar. That was my favorite. Yes. That is definitely, that was the kind of thing that, well, heck, even just if they're waiting for mom to get done, sitting in the shampoo chair. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I meant to have on hand last time, or in the salon. And my biggest problem when I got into that salon is once I got in there, my mind shifted from all the fun things and proper things and that I was going to do, and it turned into the whole panic of I need somebody in the chair to pay the rent, and you can't make it like that. It's hard to stay positive when you forget the positive things that can make or break you. The old like catching the flies with the what was it, the sugar, the honey, or That's why I've been focusing so much on I need to say who I am and what I want to do, not what everybody else is doing. If I say up front what I want to be and what I want to do, people up front know that's what I'm expecting and what they can expect. Not, he's not like this other person. Well, I already said that. Okay? You should have read the details. I'm not that person. What part of I wrote in the thing that, don't be expecting a 2-hour appointment, don't you understand? You tell your husband to stop calling and texting you that you're not done yet. That's the other thing, every time I've had to clean out my room and stuff, I've thrown out things like that. I used to make pony bead necklaces back in '98 when I got on chat. I called them the Purple Bubba Hugs necklaces, or Bubba Hugs, and I sent them through the mail to my friends. Oh, look, a manicure bowl. Purple manicure bowls. It's like, hey, This is something that I've touched. I'm sending it to you. You know, you wear it around your neck. You're getting a hug from me. But I had all those supplies and threw them out. And then I got those supplies again when I was in the salon. You know, me and Jackie were over in this area going to the, you know, that's my ex. We were going to the store and stuff like that, and we were coming up with ideas. I was gonna make PB&J baskets and stuff, you know, and I literally did that. I like bought little baskets. I put a little bit of hair products in there, a bottle of. I made sure I had a thing of peanut butter and jelly in there, and you know, it's like I was trying to, you know, make like gift baskets and raffle baskets, and you know, my biggest problem is always when I have an idea and I don't have the money. You know, because in this business you have to spend the money to get the money, and if I can't spend the money, I can't get the money. You know, that's one. I didn't mean to pin it on her, but when I would get another credit card or my limit would go up and suddenly I can go buy some products at the hair store, or, you know, like I had the shampoo duo things on sale for the holidays and I could stock up on that. But instead, I'm hanging around with her, going to the fast food places, maxing out my credit card. I needed that money for the business. And that, you know, I mean, I hate saying it like that because I wouldn't trade that being with her and going to those places for anything. But it turned into one or the other. And as I'm realizing in my life, I cannot stay away from this. You know, I have to have this job. You know, and her asking me when my days off are from the grocery store, and what do you mean? If I'm going to have this job and keep it, I don't have days off. You know? That's true. That is true too. That is true. Hey, I got 5 likes. I don't even know if one. I don't think that's mine yet either, because I'm not able to touch that until after the video. Anyway, if anybody is watching this that is not usually on my stream, you know, hello and welcome. To those who have been chatting, appreciate y'all behaving, the ones that have been. Well, that means even better. Hopefully this is not the Star Trek and the Cardassian thing. There are 4 lights. I see 5. There are 4. Well, then YouTube has to get with the program. All right, let's see what happens when I do this. No, trying to figure out some way to refresh it. Oh, I'm going to. I mean, hey, there's still the going to the color store. There's still. No, I'm going to be doing this kind of stuff. I plan to. I'm going to be streaming from the thing, you know. You know, either streaming or getting videos, or somebody sits in my chair, or I'm gonna, you know, one of my regulars and be like, hey, All right, you don't have to answer all these, but answer some of these questions if you want. You know, like, you know, how long have you been coming? Why do you keep coming? You know, I already asked Stephanie, the one that's the one that's coming on the 9th. I asked her, and she's like, "Your skill." Okay. And I said, "You're right. I'm the only one that has my skill. It doesn't matter if it's better or worse than somebody else's. I'm the only one that has it." Well, it's not so much a recommendation. Um, Now, when it comes to like the like detangling and heat treatments and stuff, um, because I've only had a few over the years. Um, Now, there's one that's not really available in stores. That's called Crack. It's funny because the guy from Ohio would come in and my boss Talitha from the salon, she would be like calling him up, "Hey, I need to place an order for Crack." You know, it sounds like she's making a drug deal. But they have not only you can get it from their website. I don't know if it's professional only. I forget. I ended up going on there because I bought brushes from him, and then he didn't have the brushes the next time. Every time I tried to order from him, so I went on their website and got like 6 of them because I could retail those. But they have a spray and a tube, which is, you know, like just all in one, you know, all in one good stuff, detangling and heat treatment. But as far as salon brands, I really like using the Pravana Intense Therapy. It comes in both a blue one for everybody and then a purple one for those with the blonde hair. But it's just an all-in-one detangling and all that stuff. I was using it on me, you know, last week when I was detangling my hair. Because I haven't done much with my own hair in several years, except keeping it in a ponytail and wear it in a massive tangles. What I will say is I am not opposed to store brand products. I'm of the opinion that if you find something and you like what it's doing for you, make sure you stock up on it because they're going to change it or get rid of it. And then if for some reason you feel like something is building up on your hair or it's not working anymore, get yourself some sort of clarifying shampoo like a Neutrogena or whatever they have these days. Give your hair a fresh start. You know, it's like a clean slate. Get that stuff out because, you know, when you hear these commercials like Pantene and whatnot talking about, you know, after 2 weeks, so-and-so noticed this, that, and the other. Well, that's because it's putting stuff on your hair. It's like caulk. You know, that's why. You know, natural, clean hair is going to feel rough. It's not going to feel smooth. It's not supposed to. But if that's what you want to feel, then these products make your hair feel that way. And see, I believe, was it Paul Mitchell, I think, has a tea tree. And again, if you try something and you like it, then I can recommend that to you. It's all going to matter what you and your hair like. There is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all hair product. Nobody has the same hair, not even identical twins. It might be identical DNA, but once it starts growing out of the scalp, different things are happening to that hair, different chemicals. Everything that touches your hair changes it. Everything's got different pHs, everything's got different chemicals, hard water, not hard water. That is also an advertisement, so we can get rid of that. You know, so I liked using the Paul Mitchell Skinny Serum. You can get that at Ulta. You can get it. You probably get it at grocery stores and stuff. It's not supposed to be there, but you can get it there. I tried that out because when I was still in school and did the salon fair thing, I wasn't part of the actual big full fashion show version because I had just gotten into the senior room. But our assignment was, if we wanted to participate, was just to work on a mannequin and make like some sort of Hollywood theme thing. And I did the whole, gave it a body and legs and dressed it in like Leave It to Beaver, wearing a red sweater and pearls and 1950s Hollywood. And she was making a pie for her sister coming over. And I got a special, honorable mention prize from one of the salons of the Skinny shampoo and conditioner and the serum in a little pouch. And I've liked that stuff ever since. And the only reason I hadn't stocked more of it in the salon, one, I didn't have the money to. It was like, okay, if you're going to buy some, I'll get you some because I get the money back. But it's sold at that time. It was sold at Salon Centric, and I was doing most of my shopping at Cosmoprof. So it's like I would have to make special trips to go get it, and somebody would have to want it right away. Otherwise, I'm out the money. If you ever go to dye hair, at the very least, if you know that you're sensitive to it, put some Sweet and Low in it. The actual pink one, not another brand. I was mentioning that earlier when I was at Dollar Tree. That can at least help with some of the irritation. If you get itches or burns or, I'm not saying it's not going to still do the thing to you, but you won't feel it as much. There's like it might be the cream of tartar, it might be something else, but there's something in the Sweet and Low that calms down the itch and burn. My client that's allergic to onions, she would stock me up with a giant box of that stuff. Because that's the problem. The Ohio guy would give me the color that I could use on her, and then he was like, Big Lots of hair color. I'd order it again, and I'm getting a different brand from him. No, I need a brand that I can get and keep consistent. Because I don't need her ending up in that. She would literally have to bring a bottle of Benadryl because she's allergic to all kinds of things, but just if she felt like she was going to have trouble with my hair color, and it could have been the developer too, she would have to, drink some of that. That might even. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not advocating that you take medication, et cetera, but taking a Benadryl could help you if it's an allergy. I could be wrong about that. I'm not a doctor. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not supposed to medicate people. That's why I steer clear of when they ask about thinning hair and stuff. It's like, look, see a doctor first before I start putting different colored ketchups on your head. Because, first of all, those things are expensive because you have to keep using them. Like Rogaine and all that. TJ Maxx only had like one or two mats, but we still have, I probably won't do it today because the phone's gonna die on me. And that's the thing. Different brands will irritate. Different brands of hair color will irritate different people in different ways, and not everybody's the same. And in my case, using one brand of hair color with a different brand of developer, I don't know which one it was. Was it color? Was it the developer? Was it the combination of the two? And that was always the guessing game with her, because You know, we'd find out by reading the ingredients that, oh, they changed the color of the bottle and they changed the ingredients. You know? You know, and it's one thing if you got a good client that's been coming to you for a while, but if they're brand new, guess what? You're getting blamed. I actually still have one. I mean, I bet it's been so long since, you know, I haven't needed a battery for my phone in forever because thankfully, I mean, I had one when I was doing the Pokemon thing. I have always used a Marcel iron because in cosmetology school, that's what you use. And because I've never been using one on myself, I got used to the clicking and turning of the thing with the two handles. I once tried to do a regular curling iron, and I kept touching. I went to reach for the handle because I'm used to the long handle, and I'm touching above the little trigger thing and burning my thumb. So personally using, well, I've used Marcel's. Even back to the first cosmetology school, the ones that went in the stove. And I had to, you put those in there, you have to take them out, and you have to check on the paper towel. If they're burning a paper towel and making it brown or black, you can't use that yet. It has to be yellow. You know, they didn't have digital stove irons. So yeah. Same with pressing combs. Those are stove pressing combs. I now have, unless I threw it out the other day, I have a electric pressing comb. Well, these are the kind of things that why I need to get people in there and get mannequins and just have a place like that where, hey, I'm in my own private room. I don't have to worry about somebody else's client walking in. Oh, I didn't know that was a mannequin. I thought that was a real person and blah, blah, blah. You know, and just I probably have to still get another flat iron. I don't remember if I bought one last time or not. I had one at the salon that I occasionally use. For the most part, here's the thing. When I blew somebody's hair dry, it was for checking the color. You know, because that was always I had to because my brother came in my room to fix the sump pump, and I had stuff in there that needed to be thrown out, and unfortunately, it's not all garbage. You know, and that's usually what happens. I throw something out, and then I need it. It sat there for 2 years, but now I need it. Okay, hair dryers. Oddly enough, the one I currently have, and this was something I had my I believe it was a Diane, the generic. You got Diane and From are like the generic brands that you end up getting in school for tools and things, and then Hot Tools is kind of like a generic brand. But I had that for school and kept using it for like hundreds of people. It's funny because people in school will be like right away they're going and getting another blow dryer because of this crap and blah, blah, blah. Mine lasted for like 1,000 people, and the only reason it broke was because it was sitting in one of them things that sits on the counter with the smaller holes and then the big hole in the middle and the over the thing hook. And I went to get up because one of Talitha's clients was sitting over at the shampoo bowl and wanted to show me a joke or something. Or I wanted to show him the joke. I was scrolling and saw a joke, and I wanted to go show Pete or whatever his name was the joke, and my foot grabbed the cord, and the dryer hit the floor, and it was still working, but not fast enough anymore. Then I went online and bought a Parlux $200 blow dryer, because by then I was back in the grocery store and making some money. If you can find them, if they're still making them, I loved at school we had Sebastian's shaper and reshaper sprays. Those are some good stuff. I used the heck out of those on Miss Dolores when I was doing her roller sets. That's one thing I remember about that is I'd be like going around the head and around the head and be like, and no matter how many times, I could do it a different number of times each week, but there was always that one more, and you go around again. It's like wax on, wax off. Ooh, look, a picture frame. This would be cute for putting my putting products on. It's kind of flimsy, but I could probably put Shades EQ or something on there. Yeah, but again, I am not a product pusher. The main thing is because I haven't tried it on myself. You know, my hair's pretty much been a ponytail my whole life when it got long. But shampoo wise, I was after school. I was on People. I was using the Wella Brilliance, but they have changed it, about 5 years ago or whatever. And I do not like the lime caviar scent, so I switched to using the Matrix Color Last because it's still fairly inexpensive, and for a salon product, it's inexpensive, and I like the scent of that. I also tried that the more expensive Maria Neela stuff, and that's kind of like a natural brand. When I was on the hunt for a new thing, I tried that in the Matrix at the same time, because Maria Neela is not something that you're supposed to be able to find on Amazon and whatnot. It's supposed to be just for us to buy. I've now back in 2004 when I got on the Long Hair Forum, after I had been on a hiatus, and now they had the actual forum website with a .com and everything. You had to post X amount of times to access certain areas, and one way you could do that was by the post in your journal would count towards that. So I started a journal, and I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm. It was Purple Bubba's Periodical Prose of Ponderings. And I'm like, I don't know what I want to say in here. I don't do much with my hair. I just let it grow. But at the time, it was kind of if let's put it this way, if I was somebody who wore a bra, it would have been kind of bra strap length. On the hair forums, we usually will measure from our, like right here, back, because you got the nose to kind of get you kind of in the middle, and then you just go straight back, and then in my case, I would set a timer on my camera and then go run into like, okay, now it's taking a picture from behind instead of trying to go in a mirror, and because then you're throwing your spine off and all that. But I grew from like 24 to 36 inches. That's about tailbone length on me. And then I make a decision that that's all I'm going, because I don't want to sit on it. So it just, oh wow, this is new to me. Well, this kind of reminds me of a Denman brush. except that you can see the two, they kind of bend. They don't stay uniform. This is a knockoff Denman, but this is what a Denman looks like. You can get the Denmans at Sally, or at least you used to be able to. I don't know. I haven't been in Sally in a bit. I saw a neat trick that. Okay, dummy me was looking at me, so you didn't see me do that. But I see a thing where some of the stylists are putting these Velcro rollers on their round brush and then doing the round brushing and then just leaving the hair on the Velcro roller. That's a cool trick. Now that we're back here, this is what a Denman looks like. But that's not a Denman. And this is what I was looking at. And then this is what I was looking at. This is kind of like a Denman, and then I went over there to the Denman thingy. Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, some drugstores or whatever might have spin pins, but I know I was able to get them on Amazon a couple years back. Spin pin kind of looks like if you had a metal pin that's bent over and then corkscrewed. So it's kind of like looking like a piece of DNA. And you just take two of those and you put them in your hair like an X. And that'll hold really good too. That's what I was wearing you might need more than two if you've got a lot of hair, but they will hold. It's way better than a bobby pin, I'll tell you that much. And that's one of, like, even if you were still going to wear a clip or something, you could always put one of those in and then clip it to, balance the weight. Here I am looking around for the MacGyver things, so that's what you're trying to do, MacGyver the heck out of that stuff, Because hair headaches are, hair headaches are a thing. They may not have nerves in the actual hair, but you definitely have the nerves and the muscles in the follicles, and the way that the follicles are shaped too, that can, if your hair is growing weird out of a follicle and then like being bent back a different way compared to the way that is, the way I always compared it to, if anybody has ever had a Play-Doh Fun Factory or a noodle machine, you have to think of your scalp as like one of those, where you put a different attachment on the front, the dye as they call them, and that's what your scalp is like, and that determines how your hair grows. The shape of your follicle determines what kind of curl or straight hair you've got. And if you've got tight follicles and your hair is like trying to bend back against them, if your follicle is going that way and your hair is going like this, and being held in a ponytail or something, after a while that might hurt. It's one thing I'm going to say here that I want to reiterate to everybody who has not heard me say it before, and I've not said it in this stream. I am not a hair expert. I will never claim to be a hair expert, because I have a quote: hair experts have much to learn. Because again, nobody has the same hair. That's why you can't just have a curly shampoo and it's good for everybody. There's like 17 different types of curly hair, and everybody's got mixtures of them. It's like when I air dry my hair, age can happen. Let's see. Your hair is long, but it seems to stay the same length. Daughter's hair is almost Rapunzel. Um, well, in my case, when I was just starting that journal, I started trimming my own hair. It was long enough to where I could. Um, there was a member named Faye who came up with a self-trimming method, which involved like ponytail holders and stuff, and bringing the hair forward on either side of you, and trimming. And when it would go back, it would, you know, kind of similar to what they're doing with these like wolf cuts and whatnot these days, except you're sliding the band down the shaft as if you were using fingers, like when you're. That's how I came up with my my ponytail that I wear. I got the multiple bands on my tail. It wasn't anything to do with the Jasmine from Aladdin. I didn't know anything about that at the time. But so she did it first, but I came up with my own Purple Bubba sleep tail, famous as being called on the long hair forums. You go on one of them long hair forums and you search Purple Bubba sleep tail, you're probably going to find a bunch of people mentioning it. I'm famous. But make sure you're starting at the ends and not going right for the scalp, because I was brushing my wet hair with a vent brush that had ball tips on it, and I was always in a hurry, and I'd get up and I'd just rip through it because I had to get out the door without messy hair and get it in a ponytail, and I was giving myself a haircut with the brush. That's not necessary, you know. In my case, I'm going thinning because I always wear these ponytails, I'm assuming. So I probably have some traction alopecia going on. That's the name of when you wear braids and ponytails and stuff too much. And it's possible that I'm going to need to end this stream though, unless I buy a charger, because I don't. The thing is I'm used to having a stand charger for this phone because the other chargers don't want to work lately. They're too jiggly. So unless I buy a charger here and sit in the car with it, I need to have my phone not die on me because she's still got to text me and tell me the key was dropped off. Then I can sit in my suite and charge the phone. So let me see what they have here at Five Below to charge my phone. See, that doesn't help me because I need to have, I want the one where it just sits on the charger because then it won't jiggle. This one still involves the cord, and the cord doesn't want to stay in. I mean, I could buy a power bank too, but they're not usually fully charged. So, and it's not good to buy those and zap it right away. You know, they want you to fully charge it before you use it. So, okay, that is a text that says the key is in the room. All right, we're going over there. That's good timing, because Okay, well, now that I know that, let's get a charger. You know, one nice thing about when they've got just the loose, like $5 cords or whatever, I can test them in my phone. Thing that bugs me about this is I've got these sitting at home right now. Well, you're not gonna be in the car that long. Don't buy one of those. You just need one to plug into the wall. Yeah, you're right. $10. I've got one of those at home already that I'm not using because now I just leave the phone. Well, the other laptop made it so that I didn't need to use the phone stand anymore. Okay, where are the cords? I mean, this is great and all, but where's the cords? So yes, here's the cords. I also have these things already, but you don't have a well, I do have a purple one. What do I want for that? 7. But I can't afford that. You darn straight. You can afford anything at the moment. You ain't spent nothing. Oh, yeah. I don't know if y'all heard me say it yesterday or not, but I did talk to my brother and sister-in-law the other day and gave them some money. And basically, when that runs out, I'm paying for the Wi-Fi. And everything else is smoothed over. If I can't give them $100 a month on top of what I'm already doing, then 4 feet don't sound like that much. Yep, there's the battery running out. Oh, that's an extension cable. All right, well, get a cord, Robert. Get a cord and get out of here. Let's go. All right? Where's the purple one? I want the purple one. Get this one. 6 feet. Pink. Close enough? Yeah, all right. If it don't... Damn, wrong one. Shame on you. Shame on you for being the one for the old phone. All right. We're we'll get out of here. I do not have my laptop with me, so I can't just go do the laptop thing when I get there. So I'm going to have to rely on this thing doing its thing. Hopefully this charges up enough because I'm going to want to go get me some What's that?
If you do want to insert, you can 10% off the next purchase.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. That's what the counter looks like. Enjoy. Oh, I see. So we are all set here. Let's head on over. Now it's going to take me a hot minute to get back to the car. Either way, if for some reason this ends, I will pick up later when the phone's got enough battery to do it. Or back at home if I can't get it to charge. But yeah, this may or may not go that far. Because we're way over there by the Dollar Tree. But I am really thrilled that both of you were able to make it to this, and everybody else. You know, last time around it was like all the things I could do, but am I going to have the time? Am I going to be able to? And I didn't know that the grocery store was going to change my schedule because of, you know, the new manager. And I'm kind of going through a little bit of that now, but I really wish I didn't keep saying it, but Buddy passing away means I have the time to not just go home. I don't have to be tempted to just go home and be tired at home, because once I'm there, I'm not going to get up and go anywhere unless somebody begs me for an appointment that day. You know, once you're home, you're home. You ain't going back out. And I want to go home in a different way. I want to go to the home that I'm paying for. You know, that's why it took me like 2-3 weeks last time just to get the things set up, because I was trying to make my happy place. After all that crap, drama and everything going on in that salon, I need my happy place. And if I'm not happy, I can't make happy clients. That matters. You know, and yes, that is exactly it. Just the fact that I asked her the other day if she has anything available, to let me know, and right away it was like, your room's opening up. And here I am on the exact day, 2 years later, signing that lease again. And it's only gone up $15 a week. You know, I don't. Because even if this, for whatever reason, didn't work out this time, I've got experience with it, and now, one way or another, I'm going to get some new clients out of this. I've got some time to get some new clients. And there's always a place. I already know that I will do what it takes to do this stuff. You know, within reason that's not going to get me in trouble. But I didn't have going live 2 years ago. I wouldn't have done it. I mean, it's weird because it just feels natural doing this today. Just, you know, because I'm not the only one that gives a darn about me, and that's why I'm glad that you both made it in. You know, and I obviously care about you too. Yeah, I want us all to do better. At the very least, I wish everybody could be comfortable and pain-free, and not having to make choices between food or rent or, you know. So I definitely got to keep my phone low here, because here, I'm going to switch us back to looking at me, so I don't accidentally look at people's license plates. Okay, the car next to me might be about to leave. It's hard to tell. Sorry if you look at the sun, I don't know. The biggest difference is, while I might still be scared, I'm not scared. So like I keep reminding myself, that salon didn't have walk-ins. It never had a walk-in. But I was there for 10 years. So we're gonna make it happen. Y'all be along for the ride. Now, I'm probably gonna stream tonight, building the salon suite building and all that. Now that I know that it hasn't really changed much. So I'll be in The Sims. I'm just gonna leave this like this. See if we can get over to the building. If for some reason this ends, bye-bye, y'all. Wishing y'all no tangles, keep shining, and bye-bye. And thanks for watching. Alright, we are going to go straight because that's easier to get out of. Here. Did I roll that up? No, I didn't. Okay, I am going to Okay, we're at... I don't know which way I'm going. I think I'm going to take the back way. Because then I have lights to use. Now over here is in this plaza, on this end of it, is the actual chain place called My Salon Suite. And they have a location here, and then a couple miles up the road they have another location. But they, at the time, and probably now still, they were more like $1,200 a month. If it's mine, and I got a key, I swear, it's... Walking in there, it feels like you're on a trip. Checking into your hotel room. And it's just a vacation it's a vacation. And when somebody comes to the room, it's like, okay, you're meeting friends on vacation. You know. You know, whether I get to hang out with anybody outside of doing their hair or not, the fact of the matter is, my job is to make friends. When they come to see me, we're friends. I don't take that for granted. You know, when somebody like Stephanie says, you know, I'm listening to my sob stories, and I'm stuck in my brother's room, and I can't get out. And everybody's got the hard times. Okay, I don't know if that said no turn on red or not, but we're gonna just stay here. Unless somebody starts honking their damn horn. In which case I might still stay here. Because it's too hot. And I am in the parking lot. And I'm gonna park a little bit further away now because, whoa, somebody pulling out. I try not to park directly in front of the door if I can help it, because give the customers a chance to be closer. All right, let's get in there and get you charging. I can always go get furniture while y'all are sitting there getting charged. Because depending on this cord, I might have to have it just sit still. You know, you might be able to hear me, but you might not see me, type thing. I gotta get my card out so I can get in the door without bugging somebody else. See, my fancy card? You know, I have my fancy card. And then I go get my key. All right. For those who missed it earlier, here's the walk. Hopefully it stays on. It's a lot better now because the sun's not shining directly at me. You know, we can actually see the building this time. We got a little bakery place there. There was one last time, but it went out of business, and then this one took over. And I don't have to worry about them having coffee because we have coffee, so I can always just go get. They have smoothies though. They have a strawberry smoothie, so I will be checking those out. Okay, bear with me. This is the tricky part. I'm gonna put you in my pocket for a second, okay? Or something's got to go in my pocket. Because I need a hand free to pull on the door. Hey, what do you know? It's kind of like it's like a hotel, you know. I gotta have my fancy hotel door key. Yep. Suite 4. Home, sweet 4. So you'd like to take the grand tour? That's left. She's leaving it behind. I got those shelves. Let's see. So if I'm standing back here at the door and I have that mirror on the wall, I might be able to use that mirror. Hi, I've got my thing going on here. Oh, and my counter is different. Hopefully that's not my fault from last time. Don't tell anybody, but I had a little flood here last time. I was filling up my sink for soaking my tools. I forgot it was going to plug in there. And it's the thing that as a hairdresser, I have plenty of towels on hand because I used them all. And there's laundry here too, so I was able to just go wash them. But yeah, because there was water on the floor. The video is pixely or the room is pixely. Anyway, yeah, I'm down to like less than 5% here. So let me try to get this thing plugged in. I don't have any tools on me, so I'm just gonna have to hold it. Oh good, I can rip it. All right, cross your fingers that this thing doesn't jiggle and makes noise. as usual, if I stand here and hold it. The charger pin thing in the actual phone is like small and worn out. And I'm going to be blowing on this, so guard your ears. I only have 1% remaining here. Okay, she said she left a key in here. This charger might not be charging, so it's probably still going to die. There's the key. Here, I have my key. If you can see, I have my key. So that's like the official part there. That at least made it into the stream, right? Yeah. All right. All right, I am going to go down the hallway and use some of the facilities that I am paying for. And hopefully this is actually charging.